Hi, everybody. Welcome to our next Tech Share tip. And I have to tell you, I'm very, very excited about this one today. Today's new tip deals with Google Meet. There are a slew of new features that are getting released, and I want to share all of those with you. Before we start, however, I also want to say thank you to everybody who belongs to this SAU6 Tech Share. The feedback that I have gotten has been incredible. Many of you emailing me, thanking me for these tips, also suggesting new ones, which I'm hoping to get to in the near future. But if you know of anybody that has not joined yet, this is the class code for them to join, 5HY7NCV. Please share it with people. We're just about up to about 100 users in the district that are checking out this forum on a regular basis. And again, I thank all of you for checking in. With that said, let's get to these exciting, and I mean exciting, new features. So just bear with me 1 second because I'm going to turn off some of these little tools that I have here. So we're going to hide these and let's get to it. So with Google Meet, I am in a meet right now, and as you can see, I have another machine to the side of me, which is why my face kind of looks a little sideways. I've got multiple machines going, and basically, let's talk about these new features. In the bottom left-hand corner, you're now going to see this little blue guard with a lock in it, and it's called Host Controls. And we believe that this is where all of the new features for Google Meet are going to be showing up in the near future. You're only seeing some of them today that have been released. There are more to come. When I click on this, the first one is called Share Your Screen. If this is turned on, what this means is that your students can share their screen when you want them to. So imagine that the students have done slideshows and they're going to present to everybody else in the remote session, or you're in a meeting with other teachers or administrators or whatever, and you need them to share their screen. If you have this turned on and you are the host, it means that everybody can share their screen. However, if I turn this off, while you see present now, the other people that are in your meet on their end, they will not see this anymore. This will go away, which means they cannot take control of your session. So this could be very, very handy if you had students or other educators that you thought, well, they're trying to take control of my meeting and they're trying to hijack my meeting. They won't be able to with their screen if you turn this feature off. So by turning this on, everybody has the present now option, but when you turn it off, on the other end, the people that have been invited to your meeting, they will no longer see present now. So that's the first new feature that's really, really cool. The second new feature that's cool is the sending chat messages. So with sending chat messages, if this is turned on, the user on the other end can type in their message, and as you see, it pops up. Here it is. If the chat was closed, actually, and I do it again, you will see that it actually now pops up on the screen. You can see the message pop up on the screen, and then it fades and it goes into the chat. So that's relatively new. Let's try that one again. We'll say hello one more time. And you can see it pops up, and then it will go away. And if you go into your chat, there are all the messages, and again, their date and timestamp just like before. But again, you may not want your students chatting, or you may not want to be taking questions at a particular time. So you can come into these host controls and you can turn send chat messages off. When you turn that off, the users on the other end, okay, still can see the chat, but when they go to send a chat message, they can't. That area is completely blocked on their screen, so they cannot do that. Again, another nice new feature. Very, very cool. The view all host settings. If we were to click and go into this, you can see that we have audio settings that can be controlled here. You can dictate which microphone you're using. So if you have a better mic and it's basically attached to your computer via a USB port, you could switch to your better microphone if you'd like to. There's also noise cancellation. So again, if there's ambient noise in the background, a lot of you over the summer when we were doing remote sessions and so forth, you were working outside on a porch, or you might be in an area where you're picking up car noise or some other type of noise. If you turn that on, it will make an attempt to eliminate all of that background noise, which is kind of nice. And then speakers, if you have different speakers, again, you can flip back and forth between the speakers. So those are the audio settings. Now on the video settings, same deal. We have a camera, but maybe you have an additional camera or a secondary camera hooked up via a USB port. You could flip back and forth between the two if there was another one attached. Your resolution, again, deals with the quality of the video that you're sending out. So right now it's at 720 pixels. But again, this could be broken down even to a lower resolution if you'd like. And then on the receiving end, when you're looking at other people, you can decide what resolution you want to look at them at. Now, my recommendation here is if you're out in Unity or Lemster or in an area where you have poor internet or very, very low bandwidth, you might want to have the receive resolution be lower so that, again, people will be able to, or you'll be able to see people so that everything doesn't break up, because people with poor internet bandwidth, they continuously complain about people freezing on the screen, or it gets very, very pixelated. So if you know you have poor internet at home, why not just bring it down to standard definition so that the image that's coming in, okay, will hopefully you'll be able to see it a little bit better. The host controls, okay, let everyone share their screen. So the default is turned on, but this could be turned to off where nobody can share their screen. And the send chat messages, the default is off. So you can decide how you want to dictate this. You can be set for everybody. You'll see that on the chat messages, the minute I turn this here, you can see how it flips over here on the live side. So you can decide how you would like those controls to be set up. These same settings, by the way, are also available down here where the little dots are. You can go to settings, and they're also here as well. Now, there's one other feature that I'm going to show you, but once I show it to you, I really can't show it to you all the way, but I think this is the one that you're going to like the most. Let's pretend you have a student who's just clowning around all the time, and you want to kick them out of the meeting permanently. You now have the ability to do that. And what you can do is in the People tab, you can come in and you could choose that person. And if you decide to remove that person, they are gone for good. So if I were to say remove Mindy Pink from this call, if removed, this person will not be able to join this meeting again. And that is true on their end. If they try to rejoin the meeting, whether it's through a calendar invite, through a nickname, whatever, they will not be able to rejoin. In fact, on their end, they will actually get a message telling them that they cannot rejoin that meeting. Very nice new feature. The other feature that I really like as well is that now when somebody leaves your meeting, and I'm going to show you that, I've got this Mindy Pink fake student, and when she leaves, which I'm going to have her do right now, it tells you that Mindy Pink has left the meeting. So you're immediately seeing who has left the meeting, which can be very, very helpful to you, whereas before they would just go away. So these are all of the new features that have come out so far. If you took some of the Google workshops with us over the summer, the Google Meet, we told you that these features were coming, and now Google has started to roll them out. There are even more features on the way in the month of October, so get ready for those. We will immediately be telling you about all those new features as well. But for now, test all of these features out with you and your students. I think you're going to enjoy them. The level of security now that you have is even better. So until next time, take care. And again, thank you to everyone who's been watching these TechShare tips. It's much appreciated. Have a good one. Bye-bye.